Hey guys, it's Sean, Autotopia LA. I have the privilege of getting to work with some of the best builders in the world. You guys have heard me plenty of times talk about some friends of mine from a company called Speedkore out in Wisconsin. They built the Tantrum Charger, which is a pretty well-known car, Menace, Cuda. Today what we have is a couple of my favorites that they've ever done. One's a more subtle build, a 1967 Camaro that they did for a client that didn't want something over the top and crazy. Although this car is extremely beautiful. That's right behind me there. Yep, that car doesn't suck, does it? And then lurking behind me in the background here is the GT350R that Speedkore's done. And if you notice, it's all carbon. They've replaced every panel on this car with carbon fiber. They're doing a limited run of these with Ford, some 5.0s, some GT350Rs like this one, which is incredibly fun because it's got that radical flat plane crank motor. Awesome. We're gonna go take this one for a drive, and we're gonna take the Camaro for a drive. Now remember, these are client cars. I can't drive like I like to. I gotta drive really mellow and respectful. But you know what, man? Driving cars is driving cars, right? I'm one of those guys that thinks as cool as they look sitting still, and you can see around me here, there's a lot of cars sitting still right now. Cars just look better when they're moving, don't you think? All right, man, well, we're gonna go for a drive. You guys ready? Let's do this, come on. To the guys at Speedkore. What a joy to drive, man. I love Mustangs. This is a whole new version of Mustang. This flat plane crank motor that Ford created is really unique, man. I mean, listen to this thing. I'm hitting $5 grand, just so you know. I'm dying to drive this. I'm dying to take it out to the canyons. But you know, we do that with cars that are owned by Autotopia or friends. We don't do it with client cars. All right, you guys, next up is the beautiful 67 Camaro from Speedkore. The owner of this car didn't want a radical pro touring car. The guy wanted a car he could get in and go drive. Bluetooth, nice stereo, a motor that'll rumble and maybe do a burnout. So it's just got an LS3. I didn't even pop the hood on it because it's not some crazy blown twin turbo anything, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at this car. Man, this car is so cool. What's up, man? Isn't this badass? See? This is one, I just want to go cruising to Hollywood or something like that. I like going fast, man. I'm all about going fast, but sometimes just cruising in a super cool, amazing looking car, it's just awesome. Simple car, man. This is just a 67 Camaro. They did an LS swap on it, but it's not supercharged. It's not twin turboed. It's just a real subtle build, man. This car, my guess is probably 450 to 500 horsepower. Oh, look at that. You see that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but I didn't know, but we have a tilt wheel on this. If I remember correctly, on any of the old Camaros that I've ever driven, they didn't have a tilt wheel. My favorite with old muscle cars, honestly, is doing like what Speedkore does and so many other great builders, is take the old car, because it just, there's a nostalgia to it. There's something about the designs that we still just love, but make it drivable. I'm not going to suggest that an old 67 Camaro is not a drivable car. Of course it's a drivable car. You know, it's all the cool modern luxury stuff that gets thrown in with these old cars that I think makes them really special and really fun. Speedkore consistently builds a great car. All right, you guys, well, that's it for what we're doing today. Again, thanks to the Speedkore guys for their all-carbon GT350R, their wonderful 67 Camaro. Driving this thing's just awesome. This is such a cool car, isn't it? Just beautiful. Is that not one of the prettiest interiors you've ever seen? The guys at Speedkore are awesome. They build incredible cars. The carbon work that they've done on their 350R and the other Mustangs, all the different stuff. I don't know what else to say except for these guys are some of my favorite builders in the business, and they're really incredible people to work with them and know them. They're my friends. Truly appreciate what they do. So anyhow, I want to say thanks because I really do appreciate you watching the channel and for hanging with me, man. I'm having a blast doing this. I love driving the cars and taking care of my business over here. And it's just a blast getting to show you guys some of the stuff that I get to do. If you haven't already done so, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel, hit your like button, maybe tell some friends. What else can I say, man? That's it for today. We'll be back again soon. All right, man. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Later, guys.